Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spunkify here on behalf of MMOBomb.com, and welcome to our first impressions of Eldevin. Eldevin is a new browser-based MMORPG currently available for both Mac, PC, and Linux that has been developed by Hunted Cow. Now, Eldevin actually just came out officially in November, and then has since then moved on to Steam Greenlight, where it is currently trying to be added to the free-to-play lineup on Steam. So I decided to go ahead and check it out, see what it's about. I sort of heard that it was similar in some respects to RuneScape 2, and from my early findings, I would have to agree with that. But why don't we go ahead and jump right into it. Now, as you can see here, my hobo-like character here is Spunkify. I didn't actually get to show you guys the character customization or creation screen, and it's pretty simple for that reason, is the fact that when you actually create your character in Eldevin, you do get some options like being able to choose your hairstyle, your hair color, both for your facial features as well as, just your on top of your head. But you only get one slot for one character. And I thought, yeah, sure, okay, I'll just create a character, see what it's like, make sure all the graphics settings are okay. Turns out that wasn't going to be an option, because after you create your character, you currently are unable to delete that character. So you really don't get any options in terms of restarting other than creating a whole new account. And by that time, I had already leveled up a few levels, and I wasn't really interested in re-leveling up just to do that. So unfortunately, you're not going to see that, but you're not really missing too much. It's the standard thing that you've seen in other browser-based MMORPGs, or anime MMOs for that respects, in terms of how much you actually get access to. Alright, so what am I exactly doing in this dungeon? Well, I've come to kill a giant troll. That is my current quest here. Eldevin actually has quite a number of dungeons inside of it, both solo dungeons and group dungeons. Both as group dungeons. I don't think this is actually what you consider a group dungeon. I think this is just like a dungeon area for quests. But what you can do is participate in up to 15 group dungeons, and there are supposedly dozens of solo dungeons that are all sort of like story based. Every one of these sort of quest lines has seemingly started because of an engaging story that you've had with one of the original quest individuals, and it's sort of branched out. It hasn't really been, there has been a lot of like kill 10 of this or pick up 3 of that, but there's been a heavy emphasis on the dialogue that's happening in between the quests, not just a simple kill and collect, I don't really talk to you anymore. So here we got some goblins that we're killing. Now you may have noticed we had basically the same skinned goblins in the zone above here. It seems the way that Eldevin is going is having a lot of different zones. They've said that they have over like 100 different worlds for you to explore in Eldevin. But they seem to be using sort of like a certain type or a series of monsters in one area over and over, just reskinned slightly. And maybe that's how they're actually going about elongating, and continually add different monsters in the game without it feeling like it's overloaded, and every zone has 10 new monsters. 'Cause that's a lot of artwork for sure. But I'm not going to be comparing this game, obviously, to the latest and greatest MMOs that have come out on PC, because that just wouldn't be fair. So what I'm going to do mostly is compare it to what it simply looks like it's trying to, what niche it's trying to actually fill. And that, honestly, niche looks like it's trying to appeal to old-school RuneScape players, those who enjoy the sort of multifunctional class customization and options for crafting that you had available in RuneScape 2. RuneScape 2 actually was the first MMO I ever played, I'd say more than 10 hours or so, and that was mainly just to, like, craft my bronze armor, because I really wanted to craft that, and that was my only goal I had in that game. And in this respect, it has sort of the similar aspects. You have a multi-class system whereby when you level up, you can put points into attributes here, which increase things like your vitality, your mana pool, your ability to do damage with sorcery spells, ranged or melee, and then of course critical chance and accuracy, which is like your ability to hit. That's sort of standard stuff that you see in other MMOs. But one thing that's sort of unique to Eldevin, or not unique, but additive, is the fact that you can actually choose to multi-class yourself from the get-go. So there are 6 classes in the game here: Templar, Warrior, Assassin, Ranger, Mage, and Prophet. And each of these fill a certain role, with multiple of them being melee, 3 of them being melee rather, and 3 of them being ranged. Every class though has access to a melee weapon as well as a ranged weapon, but typically speaking, the melee classes are going to be fighting in melee range, whereby the ranged classes will be fighting in range. Although, if you saw there, my Templar skill that I have, because you get one of every type of class skill, it seems. My Templar skill, Vindicate here, you actually do that in melee range. So although it's sort of a spell, you do it in melee. Alright, so it looks like we got a Hobgoblin over there to take out. Now, if we bring open my character currently, this is my loadout, if you will. This amulet was actually interesting. I got this amulet from turning in a quest to a particular individual, a woman, but I had the option not only of just turning it in with the item that I was supposed to turn it in, but I could turn it in with the amulet as well, because the person who gave me the quest actually gave me the amulet to give to her. Now, if I would have opted to choose to give her the amulet, I probably would have got a different result, and she probably would have given me a different reward. But I chose not to tell her about the amulet, and simply chose to keep it for myself, and I got a a new piece of gear from that. So that's sort of like the sort of choices with impact, I guess you could say. Now this guy is actually doing some damage to me. I'm gonna pop one potion here if I can. Trying to pop a potion. I'm hitting the one skill. There we go. Bam! Just spam that potion. It's a pretty strong potion there. This guy looks like he's about to die. No problem. Boom. Headshot. Alright, so I'm going to loot this bag here and get a nice quality shield, which I actually already have one of those because I came down here before I got this quest. And so I'll just drop it in anyways. Who knows why a broken shield is stronger than a fully basic wooden shield? But apparently so. So now I've got this broken shield, which is stronger in some ways. And we'll go ahead and open this door. Alright, so this is one example of the dungeons. Now, this is something that may be familiar to players from RuneScape. And RuneScape had dungeons like this too, where you go down this ladder and you would encounter this new zone filled with different monsters and other players trying to complete it as well. Very similar to RuneScape. The difference being that in Eldevin, the developers have really touted the fact that this is not pay to win, and that everybody can access everything. So every skill in the game, every piece of gear, every zone is accessible by free-to-play players and anybody who spends money as well, which is a big difference from, of course, RuneScape, which even now RuneScape makes it so that some areas are inaccessible by players unless they pay a subscription. So that is one thing. If you are someone who enjoys RuneScape style of play, you may be interested in trying this out and not have to worry about any hindrance in terms of having to pay to get access to content. Now, that doesn't mean there are some things that I have a problem with that you actually can pay for in the game. There are the normal things like, what's this? Following notices. Advanced training and Northern Volunteer. What's advanced training? Said advanced archery active. As well as grant you, let's see. In order for me to get into the Eldevin city, I have to do all these advanced training here. So, much like if you remember the original RuneScape, can I actually speak to this person now and get this quest? Awesome! Look at me in the city here. Bam! It's the coolest looking city. Much like the original RuneScape, there was a set of, different skills and professions for you to learn. In fact, that's a really big part of this game, so I'm going to bring it open right here. If you notice up here, here's the gathering skills that you have access to. Crystal cutting, farming, foraging, prospecting, forestry, scanning, and fishing. All of these things they introduce to you very early in the game, and you have the option of doing daily quests to get additional bonuses as well. When you do those quests, you get what are called artisan points, and those artisan points can then be used to get better gear, because you can turn them in for certain items that you can use in crafting. So it is very advantageous not only just to craft, even if you're not crafting something specific, you still get bonuses for doing those crafting quests themselves. Alright, so here's like, for example, a crafting area where I can do some tanning racks, etc. But let's go ahead here and see. Now, I should mention that, with the different talents that you have within each tree, you can choose to put how many ever you want in each individual tree and then swap around as you please. You can always reset them. That is one thing that the developers have said, and actually you can do at the skill trainer, is reset your talent points at any time. That way you can go by and try out different. Looks like that's actually where I have to go, inside the city. Advanced archery inside the city. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's backtrack a little bit. So far I haven't found any fast travel options. The travel seems to be very reminiscent of RuneScape, and that you just click and click and click. There are no, clicking on someone and instantly being taken there. I think I've been teleported once, and that was for a particular quest. But here, for example, if I go out into this wooded area here, I'll be able to find different things for me to collect, sometimes things for me to skin, and oh, like for example here, a northern pine tree wood. So I can just simply come here, cut it down, you know, and be a part of that. Those things over there, those Shigra that actually look like, can I pick up manure? 10 out of 10. Best game. Best game. Hold on. I just have to pick up another one. Oh yeah. So not only can I do that, I can kill the Shigra, but I can shear them as well. There was another area where these Shigra weren't actually like deadly. I don't know why the Shigra here are deadly. Why do the sheep here want to kill me? They're not sheep, they are Shigra. Oh, I don't think I should be fighting this guy. I don't think I'm prepared. Can I take on the Shigra? It's got him down to half health, alright. I have to say the music is also pretty endearing. Man, I'm liking my build here. This Templar, Mage, Archer, close range. Let's see. I'm not going to use a potion. It's cheating, guys. Cheating. We're not cheaters here. We win. Alright, so I can't even skin it. Alright. So you can skin that if you get up to level 7. Look at all the manure. Now, what can I use manure for? Manure. Used for making compost in the farming. Awesome. So let's go ahead and show you then the farming aspect. So the farming is actually an interesting little minigame whereby you till a farm. You can till multiple farms, actually. Let's see if I can find where the farm is. I think the farm is over there. So let's go down here. You can farm multiple farms at a time, and it acts as a mini game where you got to watch them. They have to watch their water levels, because as the water decreases, they'll continue to grow. But you'll need to tend to them and till them so that they can. I think I went the. I'm so lost. All right, let's just go in the city here. This guy has a quest for me. Let's pick this up. I'll hopefully be able to show you the farming here. Okay, if anything, I know what 2 requests are, and 2 requests we do not want to do. 2 requests, those things take forever. If you ever have an option to skip a 2 requests, if TBC from World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade, has taught me anything about 2 requests, is that you want to skip them. The burning passion, if you have the ability to do so. Alright, so it's coming to the city. So, one thing you may notice, holy crap, what do we got here? The Red Port released a Trial of Champions. These are group-based trials where you and your group battle waves of enemies to receive experience and loot. Okay, I cannot do that, so I would need a group. So there are multiple group-based challenges in the game, not only dungeons, but those, as you can see, the wave-based ones as well. There are also PvP. Yes, I'd like to learn more. Where do I go to learn more? This portal will transport you to the actual sanctum. It's located in another part of the medial void. That is awesome. I would like to go there. Alright, so how do I... Ooh, a sanctum portal. Okay, so using the Java 2 engine, or Java rather, is what it uses. Just like RuneScape 2 used, the graphical settings themselves can be fairly unoptimized, I have to say. There is quite a lot of stuttering at times, and again, the game just recently come out, and the developers every day are fixing bugs, so I'd imagine that over time the actual performance would improve, but they are still there, and they are prevalent no matter if you're playing on Chrome or if you're playing on ooh, I have an option to choose something here, or if you're playing on Firefox. I can lie or I can replace my item. So let's lie. I want to figure out, we got to do what's different, right? So I haven't defeated the Wisp, but I'm just going to say I lied. Now, Spunkify, you would only be cheating yourself if you skipped over the training. I know you haven't defeated Timwith. Oh, come on! Why even give me the option? Should just be like, yes, I can just... If you just did like, yeah, I killed them, and then you didn't have to actually kill them, that would be pretty awesome, because then you didn't have to worry about doing the actual thing. There are several, and which one are you looking for? Cool. So I guess that will show you which direction you need to go if you need to find a particular area. When you ask guards, they just tell you to bug off, which is kind of funny. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick up this resurrection crystal here. I'm not sure why I need that. You just want it. Just know that you want it, man. Just know that it's like you feel compelled to have it. So I gotta kill some wisps, right? Where are these wisps? These wisps, let's bring up the map here, see if we can find ourselves some wisps. Alright, what do we have here? So here we've got the combat trainer. So in the combat trainer, this is where you can buy your various skills from the different trees or class systems, essentially. Some of these you get automatically, as you can see I've gotten some. I don't know if you'll get other ones from just doing quest lines, or you just simply have to purchase the rest of them. But you can do so here, although they do cost quite a bit. The second skill that you get for any of these trees costs 25 silver, which I only have 14. So I'm going to be able to do that. There are so many wispy things here. What's in? Oh my god, what? Hey, what's going on? Who's this person? Alright, so let's talk to this person here. What do he has for sale? Alright, so it looks like he's got some magic weapons for sale here. This is Nature's Essence. It's basically the thing I have already. The one upgrade from that is quite expensive, so let's go ahead and use this teleport. I like that there are multiple areas for you to explore. It does seem like a very large world, although it does give me a pretty hardcore nostalgia boner for RuneScape 2, being that, again, that was the first MMO that I ever actually played. And this does feel very much like that. And while some people may not... Oh, are these wisps? Awesome. Found them. Some people definitely, you know, this is not going to be an MMO for them. There are better MMOs out there for sure. But I can certainly see who they're trying to appeal with this MMO. And, you know, if something like RuneScape can generate a large as a fan base as it has with the graphics that it has in this day and age, then I'm certainly not one to judge an MMO like this if it's able to do at least something slightly different than what RuneScape is doing. Overall, I'd say it has a certain charm to it, much like the original RuneScape has a certain charm to it. The developers for sure have been very focused on the community. They have listened to feedback and made quite a few changes already, I've noticed from looking at the forums just within a few days, and they are very active on the forums, so they certainly want to be involved in the game's development. This isn't simply a fire and forget project. If you can kind of tell, it does have a little bit of, even if it's early state, it has a little bit more polish than you would expect from most of the, you know, foreign 2D or slightly 3D MMOs that get churned out of you know, the East on a fairly regular basis. So I wouldn't necessarily knock it so much for the fact that it's using outdated technology. RuneScape's a perfect example of something using, you know, technology that, I guess arguably at this point it's not outdated, but certainly doesn't have the best graphics. Alright, here, so these are alchemy level 1 potions, and I need apparently some vials. Minor tonic, a tonic that used in alchemy. It's a purchasable item. Can I talk to you? Welcome to the Arcane Sanctum. Thank you, but I can't do anything down here. So there's quite a lot of crafting involved. Like I mentioned before, okay, like Arcane Sanctum guy. Alright, oh, apparently I just had to go in there. Is that it? Did I just have to go in there? I have so many quests at level 5, holy crap. And it shows you at what phase you're in, which is kind of nice here. Advanced Magic, Whisper, a match for the Overlord spell. Alright, so I gotta go back up to that guy. Let's go up these steps here. But like I was saying, I don't know if that's visible on screen, but I clicked. Okay, I fixed it. It's not fully full screen currently. It currently uses what it calls full screen, but is basically fills up the entire browser screen itself. Which is a big improvement, again, over the free-to-play version of RuneScape, which currently does not allow you to have full screen. Although I don't know if this is the same style of full screen that they're thinking of. There is an option to do completely full screen, but when toggled, it just does the same as setting the resolution to that maximum resolution. Alright, so I'm going to go and complete that. So it looks like I set Advanced Archery as the next, skill that I'm going to be doing. And I've got myself an advanced item that I can't use. So what do I want to drop? Well, I don't need this. And you can sort these items here. How do I drop this? I don't want this. Can I drop it? Can I right click on it? Destroy. Well, that seems a little bit harsh, but okay. So let's go ahead and destroy some of these items here. Ooh, looks like a new skill for myself too. You can even sort them, as you can see. I don't want this. This is old armor that I'm not using anymore, so I'll just go ahead and destroy that. There are additional bag slots that you can unlock here by clicking on that. This brings up the cash shop interface, as you can see. The bag slots, these are all, of course, gained by using gold. Character slots are gained by using the actual cash shop currency, which is the thing I had a beef about. But other than that, the main beef I have with the cash shop is the fact that you can buy gold. You can actually buy gold in this game. Now, that sort of sounds crazy, and I think in respects it is crazy, but I can see why the developers did it. They say that you can get anything in the game by playing, and that is true. There's no restrictions on content, on what, you know, skills you can buy, etc., but you're just going to be farming and doing a lot of grinding. Or you can simply buy these huge chests of gold. How much gold is this? It just says it's a huge, 250. Okay, so you only get 250 gold, but that's still a fair amount. You can buy these chests of gold to purchase whatever you want, all your skills, you know, all your profession items, etc., etc. Maybe anything that you're buying from another player with gold, you can do that as well. So there is huge implications by doing this. However, you also have to remember that this is a game about sort of grinding up specific levels. When we look at our actual attribute levels themselves, in fact, if I look at my skills here, these abilities are only accessible once you reach certain levels with, you know, your attacks or your melee abilities, your range skills, etc. These really require certain level amounts, and so you do have to reach that level. You have to play the game and unlock those amounts for you to be able to use or access those skills here, which in this case currently is just required at certain level intervals, and not exactly something that requires sort of like grinding, like archery skills, if you will. Not so much that regard. But it does require grinding for sure with the professions here, both not only for crafting, but for gathering as well. Alrighty here, so let's go ahead and then complete this quest. I already did that, and I should take this item then, rather. So I took the item, and then my my browser crashed. So yeah, but I've gotten the item now, so we can go ahead and take a look at it. This short staff of wisdom, quite an awesome staff there. It does replace my goblin shield and my one-hand basic stone axe, but hey, look how awesome it is. And look, why do I carry it like that? I'm like in a marching band or something. Alright, so we've gone ahead and completed this. I can now leave Eldevin Barracks portal. Where does this go? I'm going to take this and see where this may take me. I could have gone back through the eye, but I said screw it. Always going to try to see what is a new area. And what do we have here? I handle the council. Awesome. Looks like I've got to talk to this guy anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and try to, I don't know, that's a player. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and talk to this guy. What did you have on mind? Let's see. What was last seen? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright, advance. Locate the supply wagon, it looks like. Alright, so we've got to come over here then, and I guess go back through where we came from, or actually come up top. So it's interesting, there's different portals that lead you to the different areas within the same zone or the same universe. It's kind of funny that they sort of bounce you around to different areas, which is sort of interesting. It kind of gives you an idea that, hey, I can take these shortcuts to different areas in the land. It's not just like a linear, you go through one zone, you progress to the next zone, and so on and so forth. There's actually sort of these like hidden tunnels or pathways that you can take underneath the city. They give the city a little bit more depth, if you will. I would certainly argue it was depth. Alright, so what do we come? There's something down here quest-wise. Are we going into a manhole? Into the sewers? Alright, let's go ahead and go down to level 1 Eldevin sewers here before we finalize our first look. Alright, so we've got ourselves a sewer here, a trainee rescue. Please help us. Okay. Let's see. Get up, you coward. I can't move. I'm too scared. I'll show you how it's done. I'm going to use my awesome skills here as a mage archer. Yeah, come on. Boom! Cross the way. You can't even do it. This guy? Oh, I thought I could actually be pretty awesome there. Looks like there are some plague archers here shooting us from afar. What do I got here? Just got to kill 4 of these guys. So, yeah, questing definitely. The story is somewhat interesting. I like the universe is pretty in-depth, and there's quite a number of different areas to explore. But unfortunately, I find that the quests are very lacking. You know, maybe this is something they can improve with future updates. The developers do seem committed to improving some things, and holy shit, let's go ahead and use some help there. But I certainly say this would be one of the lesser interesting aspects of the game currently. Alright, so I've only going to kill 4. I'm not going to try to, you guys are on your own. I'm getting out of here. Screw you guys. I can't jump in the water. But yeah, other than that, guys, of course you have your abilities that you rank up. Pets themselves you can also unlock, although some of them are cash shop specific, and they're just sort of non-combative pets, though. You're not going to really have to worry about someone buying, overpowered pets for you to actually combat against themselves. PvP, again, currently is relegated to 5v5, team deathmatch, domination, capture the flag. So there is some PvP. I don't know anything if there's anything like the Wilderness that was from RuneScape 2, an open world PvP area. There may be at higher levels, but currently there doesn't allude to it. It just seems like they're a dungeon-based PvP as of now. Slime Tumbler, interesting. Alright guys, that's going to go ahead and be my first impressions here for Eldevin. If you guys want to learn more about the game, I highly suggest you check down below at MMOBomb.com. See the full game profile and check out the game for yourselves. Until next time guys, I'll see you later. Spunkify out. Later guys.